So we have a surprise visitor. And I think if you've heard anything tonight, it's the message of hope. And that message can be delivered in many different ways and may mean different things to different people. So I'm sure the Canadians in the audience have heard about the amazing race and the enormous things to overcome for this. The race this year was won by a father-son pair, both called Tim. Actually, for those of you in Canada, you understand that Tim is a pretty important name for us. This father-son pair completed the full competition, and it was announced just in the last few days that they were the national winners. We are joined this evening by Tim Hague Sr. Please welcome our special guest.
It's rock and roll, baby.
Father and son, Tim and Tim Jr.
You got it, Dad. Here we go.
Started the race with the added challenge of Tim Sr.'s Parkinson's.
That diagnosis doesn't have to define your life.
This guy's my hero right here. I'm really proud of him.
Yeah!
Leg after leg, Tim Sr. pushed himself beyond anyone's expectations.
You can do more than you think you can. You just have to be willing to try.
Good fortune smiled on the Tim.
This is a non-elimination round?
No. Not once, but twice.
You are still in this race.
More than anyone, the Tims know it's now or never.
5 years from now, I won't have the physical capability to do this race. We have to win. Won't have a second shot.
Talk to me.
7 provinces, 3 territories, 15 cities, and over 23,000 kilometers.
There we go!
And you are the first winners of the Amazing Race Canada. Tim Sr., Tim Jr., you guys have won 2 2014 Corvette Stingrays, executive first-class travel for a year from Air Canada to anywhere in the world, and $250,000.
My dad has completely blown every expectation of him out of the water. Parkinson's isn't supposed to let you do half the things that he's done in this race. And he not only did them, he kicked their butt, man.
Gentlemen, please, welcome my wonderful wife, Cheryl. If you watched the show, if you've heard anything that I've said since the show, you know that I would not have won without her. She was the brains behind it. She got me there, and I'm grateful for her. Bob, thank you for sharing tonight. I'm so very glad to not be the only guy up here shaking in his boots tonight. You get my jokes. Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, mesdames and messieurs. It is a pleasure and honor to be standing here tonight to greet you. Welcome to this 3rd annual World Parkinson's Congress. To all of you who travel from across the world, welcome to Canada. I would extend to you a personal and warm welcome from my home city and province, Winnipeg, Manitoba. Don't ever let them tell you it's Winterpeg. I would extend a sincere thank you to the Congress for inviting me tonight. It is my pleasure and honor to be here. I was diagnosed in February 2011 with Parkinson's disease, and while it continues to be a difficult discussion, I am so very grateful and blessed that I am in the position that I am. My name is Tim Hague Sr. My son Tim Jr. and I recently had the opportunity to participate in the first ever The Amazing Race Canada. We also had the good and extreme fortune of winning it. What an incredible experience it was to travel this magnificent country from coast to coast to coast. From Victoria, BC, anybody? To Cape Spear, Newfoundland and Labrador, to Iqaluit, Nunavut. We had the excellent opportunity to experience the beauty of this great land firsthand, and winning $500,000 in prizes didn't go down too hard either. I stand before you this evening an incredibly blessed individual, a husband to a wonderful wife, a father of 4 fantastic children, the winner of the inaugural The Amazing Race Canada, a nurse with an interesting and challenging career, and as a person with Parkinson's. I realize most of you will question, how in the world can a Parkinson's diagnosis be seen as a blessing? Well, let me assure you that it is not a benign part of my life. I will not allow it to be a curse, therefore I accept it as a blessing. Parkinson's has shaken my world to its core. It's allowed me to reevaluate most every part of my life, and I have chosen to let it refine who I am as a person rather than destroy me. If there is one word I come away from the race with, it is the word perseverance. I trust you all watched the race and had the opportunity to see my son and I persevere through time penalties, getting lost numerous times, to 2 non-elimination rounds, to you turning Hal and Joe and thus becoming to some Canada's most hated. In short, we had many opportunities to despair, to feel hopeless, to simply give up. You would have seen me struggle against my Parkinson's and not being able to climb a hill by myself, not be able to open a chocolate bar without help, and struggle against fatigue. Yet we refused to give up. We determined that our race would not end until John told us to go home. We would not give up until all had been spent. We chose to persevere. This is my call and encouragement to you this evening. Whether you are the researcher, the healthcare professional, the family member, the friend, the person with Parkinson's, persevere. Our journey together may very well be a long one. Don't give up. You never know what is just around the next corner. You never know where the next non-elimination leg is. You never know when you may just catch a little bit more luck. Never lose hope. Persevere. This race as well can be won. As a nurse and a person with Parkinson's, I understand the hard reality of this disease. Until we find a cure, it may very well win my personal war with it. But today's battle is mine. It cannot and it will not take my life. Parkinson's could not rob me of the Amazing Race Canada, and it cannot have my today. To all my fellow Parkies, this is my prayer for you. Strength and courage. Strength and courage. Strength for the task at hand, and courage for the road that lies ahead. Persevere. Now to all of us, enjoy this Congress. Let's work hard together to beat this thing, and never, never lose hope. God bless you.